Welcome to The Vault, where we reveal some of the best kept secrets for success. Our show is designed to introduce you to industry professionals in TV, movies, music, sports, and business. Now, our goal is for you to learn from their wealth of information and use it to realize your dreams. Our next guest runs a public relations agency in Los Angeles. She and her team provide full-service marketing and PR for pro athletes, authors, speakers, and influencers in every field. You might be the best at what you do, but without publicity, you're just the best kept secret. Introducing Rachel Dares. All right, welcome to The Vault. In this day and age, brands run the world. Now with the advent of digital and social media, everyday people have the production and distribution tools to reach an audience with their content. People like Jennifer Lopez are now brands themselves. She's an actor, a music legend, a TV star, a producer. She even has her own line of clothing and perfume and much, much more. Now, you could navigate this maze all by yourself and make tons of mistakes, or you could get experts like a PR powerhouse like Rachel Dares to help you build your empire and influence the way the world sees you. Welcome to The Vault, and now introducing Rachel Dares.
Hello there. Woo! How are you, Alex?
So grateful to have you here. As always, we have
Pleasure.
the experts, and you are one of them.
Woo!
And I'm just going to start running with some questions right off the bat.
Let's do it.
So first of all, tell me how you got started as a celebrity publicist and how you got into PR.
Yeah, well, it's been a lifelong journey, let me tell you that. I actually have a journalism background. I'm a former newscaster, feature reporter. I actually am also a radio personality recently, and I write for some top publications.
Yeah?
Yes, and so as far as the media aspect of it, I think the PR side of it was more of a byproduct of that. I was already interviewing people and spotlighting celebrities, and I thought that, hey, why not go into PR and actually do this on a daily basis, wherein I'm pitching to the media, but at the same time, being able to promote my clients and get them to the next level, whatever it is.
So tell me why business owners and creators need to have a PR rep like you.
Well, it's the 21st century. I mean, everything is, content is king, right? And so in terms of any brand, any business, any personality, in order for them to get their name out, you need to be able to get yourself in different publications, on podcasts, on the radio, television, on the web, and to be able to actually sell your product, your skills, your services. If you're a celebrity, you want to be able to actually sell your film, sell your music. And without PR, you're going to be a best kept secret. And so that's where a publicist comes in.
So I'm going to quote you exactly. You wrote, "Being remembered is an art." And so for public figures, why it is important to capture the imagination of the audience. So why is it important to capture the imagination of the audience and create a targeted message?
Everything has to be targeted. The thing is, you can't be pitching one thing to a totally different demographics because there's no engagement there or there's a disconnect. So as far as, what was your question? So as far as
like you were saying, basically you need to capture the imagination of the audience.
Right.
And I want to know how you do that as a publicist.
Well, it's a narrative. It's storytelling. Sometimes you need to, not that you want to sensationalize, but the thing is, they need to be able to resonate with the celebrity. They need to be able to resonate with the author, to be able to resonate with, a certain brand. And if you're not telling, a story that actually, hits home, then they don't get it. They don't get it. So the messaging.
I identify with that 100% because it's all about telling stories and making sure that they have their story concise.
Yes.
And on message and across brand on all the platforms and whatnot. So can you tell me what you look for in a client, like when you're trying to find someone to represent?
A lot of the clients pretty much come to me. That's the beauty of social media and LinkedIn. And in terms of looking for the client, when they come to me, I need to kind of do the vetting process, right? And so they say I'm a celebrity, or they normally don't say that. They say I'm either an artist or I'm an actress, I'm an author, whatever the case may be. But you need to be able to connect with them. They need to be able to resonate with you. And for me to look for something in a client, is this somebody that I can be passionate about? Am I connected to the product? Am I connected to the personality in order for me to actually put it out there and pitch it to the world? And so we need to be able to connect, and we need to be able to like each other.
Yeah.
So when you're doing the vetting process, you're getting a feel of the person, firsthand, how they're talking to you, what it is that they really want to put out there, and so likability, chemistry, and then does the personality of the product, can you align with that?
So what makes your company stand out from the rest of your peers in the marketplace? Fame and fortune is what we pretty much sell. Okay.
And I am so blessed to be able to actually partner up with the Asset Agency, and she is my partner in dime. And so what she does is really more of the business development side. She's a sought after business development strategist, Heidi Wampold, and I don't think any other PR agency anywhere in the world, I don't think, is partnered up with a business development agency themselves. So we do everything in tandem. Before we actually send a client, out there, we need to analyze, what their, foundational, business is. If you're an artist, and you're a musician, then obviously, you want to be able to make sure that your website is intact, your social medias are in place, the digital presence is intact. And so, as much as that's a PR, standpoint, that's also in the business development side. We need to make sure that that foundation is solid before, we put something out there and, there's no website. How are they able to buy the music? How are you able to showcase this talent? If their social media is, not represented in the best way possible, and it could possibly be a PR nightmare, then you want to be able to kind of, just take a look at that, analyze it, and take out what needs to be taken out, and put up what needs to be put up before you do that huge PR push.
Right.
And get them in the media, and people are looking them up, and then all of a sudden it's like,
Yep.
do I really want to buy that music?
See, that happens a lot to me. Like, people will Google me and do their research on me, but then they'll also Google my surrounding team. And I keep telling my team, like, you need to have a tight LinkedIn, you need to have great social channels all in place, not like when you're in college, just like sitting there, horrible photos. It's got to be all unified.
Everything.
So I agree, like, it's very important.
Right, but I think that's what is so different. And not only, when a client comes to us, they're not looking just for the fame. Obviously, everybody wants to be famous, but for the reason is to actually get the fortune, right? To be able to make some money, whether or not it's music, it's a book that they're pushing, it's a product that they're pushing. They want to get that publicity and that exposure because they want to be able to bring in the customers.
Well, their focus is on the music, let's say, and so they are not in the mindset of the marketing component,
right.
And that's where you come in.
And that's where I come in, and that's where my business partner comes in, and solidifies,
So
getting that.
I want to have you hold that thought for a sec. We are actually going to cut to a clip of one of our clients, and his name is Kento Masuda.
Kento Masuda.
Let's see him. He's a pianist. So how about you talk us through this a little bit while we're having him play some music?
Well,
Tell us his story.
just beautiful music is what Kento Masuda does. He's not only a pianist, he is actually the leading pianist for Kawai pianos, and he is in the process of actually getting his signature brand Kento Masuda piano. But let me tell you, the Grand Crystal piano, there's only 5 in the world, okay? And they're $1 million a piece.
Not that much.
Not that much. Not that much. But as far as Kento is concerned, I mean, he's a talent. And what he is actually the maestro to the Vatican.
Whoa.
He's maestro to the
Pretty
Vatican.
awesome.
He's very philanthropic, and like I said, he's one of the leading pianists for Kawai. He's in the process, actually, in a couple of weeks to be in Rome, and he's doing a diplomatic gala where he's performing.
For who?
Pretty
Everyone.
much the Vatican.
World leaders?
The world leaders, diplomats, ambassadors.
Dang, that's amazing.
Yes.
So how do you promote him? I mean, did he come to you like that?
He's from Japan. He contacted me. This is the power of social media. He contacted me through Facebook, and what he wants is to be able to get more exposure here in the U.S. because he's already known, internationally. Like I said, in Rome, in Japan, and so what he wants is to really just, focus more on a PR run here in the U.S., and that's the push right now.
Maybe you can give him an awesome techno crossover or something.
Ooh.
That'd be really cool.
Right.
So let's go on to your next client. You have a former NFL player on your roster by the name of, is it Marquise or Marcus?
You can say Marquise. I normally refer to him as Marcus Ogden.
So Marcus Ogden.
Marcus Ogden.
We're going to play some photos right now of Marcus, and you can tell us his backstory. So tell us about your client here from the NFL.
Yeah, so Marcus has played for a couple of different, NFL leagues, obviously major. So
the Ravens and the Titans,
the
right?
Titans, the Jaguar. But he came to me really in terms of more about pushing his business and what he has transitioned to. NFL players, they typically have about, a 3.5 to 6 year kind of professional career. And after that, what do they do? And so they can start, pretty much doing coaching. And he did go into coaching, but really more on the speaking. And he put together a speaking academy. He's a best-selling author. And
you got to tell us the backstory, though, the crazy part that happened.
Oh, yes. So like I said, 3.5 years, 6 years, they're making bank, right? NFL players, they're making buku bucks. I mean, just within a couple of years, he invested his money in a construction company, and within just a couple of years, he went bankrupt. He literally lost everything and started doing maintenance, janitorial, in the evening just to make ends meet.
So did you helped him after all that, right? You didn't help him through that?
Right, no, not through that.
So at this point, you're helping him now book speaking engagements with his authoring career, books.
Right,
sales.
Absolutely. So what he wanted to concentrate more is really getting, audience into his speaking academy. They, like I said, they typically transition into doing coaching or commentaries, sports commentating. And that's the push that we were going for, was more on the business side. So really hitting, business publications, and him talking more, in terms of business and on radio and television. It was easy to get him in certain, media outlets, obviously, because he already has the name. And I think as a publicist, what we really need to do is leverage the credibility and the fame that they already have, and get them to where it is that they want to go. And so, capitalize on, if they already have a name, capitalize on that, and basically, push it in the right direction.
Yeah, like, I mean, Wayne Gretzky is one of my favorite athletes, and he has a vineyard, he has a clothing line. I mean, all these guys, you know, like you said, they have a finite amount of time in, you know, in pro sports, so they have to figure out how to reinvent themselves. Oh, there's a bug here. All right. You are not allowed in the vault. All right, so let's talk about your next client right here, Detranada.
Detranada.
Detranada. Detranada.
Detranada.
So let's, before we talk about her, let's play some of her video, and you'll give me a play-by-play on.
All right,
who
are we going to be dancing over here?
Yeah, so we might do some dancing here. So let's cue up Detranada, please. In the Vault archives. There we go. So let's hear her music a little. There we go.
Nah, duh, yeah. Hey, box out, yeah. Box out, yo, I'm the baddest out the bunch, so you better mention me, boy. Get it stacked, break it up, pack it up, then I'll
tell me your story.
She was actually on Jermaine Dupri's third season, The Rap Game, and she came out as the second runner-up. And so, you know, I ended up representing her after the fact.
How old is she?
I think she's 16 years
That's what I
old.
thought.
Yeah,
she's 15 when she's in
probably
the
there, but she's 16 now. Yeah, and she had 750,000 followers. I think, you know, it's probably up by now, you know, but I mean, just a major talent. She's from Baltimore, and she really is about pushing kind of like anti-bullying. When somebody has a cause also, you know, that's another thing that we need to leverage, right? Because it's not really just about the celebrity status and what they can do. We obviously see that they're already a talent, but if they're, you know, pushing a cause, you know, they become social influencers, and that's also something, you know, as a publicist to hone in on and start using that as a push, as a leverage.
So, what are you planning to do with her now? Like push her?
So she's actually a former client.
Okay.
Yeah.
So tell me, what are some of the pitfalls that, you know, you see with your clients that they encounter throughout their journey after, you know, maybe when they're a bright light and then they come to you like in phase 2 of their career? What are some of the pitfalls you've noticed?
Well, you know, this is the whole thing. You know, when you're at the top of your career, I think you should already build a team, because it gets harder, right, when it's after the fact. You know, you should be honing in on you know, your celebrity status at that point. But in terms of transitional, you can still utilize that, you know, and so there's going to be so many challenges, but at the end of the day, I think when you put together a team, your manager, your booking agents, your publicist, you know, that everything could be figured out. You know, but I suggest
reinvention squad.
Yeah, reinvention. You know, a relaunch, kind of like, you know, an uprising at that point. So you just have to pretty much leverage what you know, their celebrity status is already. If there's any cause that they stand for that you can push, and then where is it that they're going, and so hone in on that, and then definitely target the right audience.
So now we're going to go into the second phase of our show, which is, you know, this is the Vault, and we've talked about all your accomplishments and whatnot, but now we want to hear about your challenges personally that you've had. Where have you hit rock bottom?
Where have I hit rock bottom?
Like real rock bottom.
In terms just in personal?
Well, maybe your business. I mean, we've had a lot of different people tell us stuff. I don't want to actually tell you any answers from our previous guests, but like, what are the major challenges you've faced in your life on this journey that you've had?
You know, I didn't go to school for public relations. I mean, everything is pretty much self-taught. So, you know, I mean, there's a lot of publicists, obviously, that have gone, you know, and done the PR and the communications and all of that. Although I have a journalism degree and I love to write and all of that, I needed to research everything. You know, how to do a press release, how to do a media alert. You know, making sure you know the branding, the marketing, and so I think that was a little bit of a challenge, because you're trying to figure everything out, and then
I want you to go deeper. You're not going deep enough. You didn't have the education. Okay, great.
Yeah, I didn't have the education.
I want to dig deep.
Gosh, that to me was
what's been the hardest challenge? Like, I mean, yeah, the learning curve I get.
Yes, the
Anything
learning curve,
else?
definitely. Probably finding the right partner. I've been, going through this, and you think that you have a good chemistry in terms of business partners, but that was a lot of pitfalls as well, because it's a lot of trial and error.
Sure.
And that, like I said, I mean, it's the educational process. It's trial and error. What works? What doesn't work? What do I need? Who's coming with me? Who's not coming with me? And doing all the filtering. I mean, that's been a challenge, because I feel like you had to step back again, and it's like one step forward, 2 steps back, 1 step forward, 10 steps back. And so I think that that was a challenge in itself.
So the question I was going to ask you is, what was the tipping point? But I already kind of know it. You found your partner in crime,
I did.
partner in dime.
Partner in dime.
And that
absolutely.
person helped, together, you guys took on the world.
Absolutely.
So my next question is, if you could do me a favor and give us, the vault is the place where the secrets to success live. There's a lot of valuable items here, but the most important item is knowledge. Mm-hmm. And so what knowledge can you impart to our audience, as far as what kind of successful tips could you give us?
Gosh, humility, definitely, for one. Don't have kind of like that diva mentality right away, right? As we're starting off, whether or not you're making bank already, or you have that popularity, I think one thing for sure is every day is a learning process, and continue to listen, be okay with getting corrected, because at the end of the day, if you feel like you know it all already, then there's no development, there's no progress, because you're already stuck, and you think like, I'm good here. Every day, is a learning curve, really, and to me, that's what I need to remember on a daily basis. So because
be a learner of the
game.
Be
a learner. Be a learner. I mean, go to school every day. Even if you've graduated, go to school, because life is all about taking on a new challenge. And
So you could do me a favor? Mm-hmm. This camera is your camera right there. I want you to talk to it as if this is the younger you, and I want you to give yourself the best advice that you didn't have back in the day.
Rachel, you can do it all. You can have it all. You can have it all. Have faith in who you are. Keep on keeping on. So
now we're going to get my social media team. Hand me that phone. Yeah, right there, Thomas. Thomas, you're good. All right, so we're going to go on social media now, see what they're saying, what your fans are saying. So first and foremost, let's see. So, as a social media influencer, how can I up my game?
As a social media influencer,
that's the first question.
Branding. Make sure the look, the feel, the vibe of what it is that you're putting out there is everything that represents who you are, because you are a brand in itself. So make sure that there's no disconnect in terms of your branding. And there's so many things that are easy to correct right away. Like I said, your digital presence is key. If you're a social media influencer, everybody's looking at your social media. Make sure that you stand for a cause. Use your voice, use your platform.
Okay, so that's a great answer. The next one is, how do I network, and how do I automate some of those tasks of networking?
Sure, I'm the biggest advocate when it comes to LinkedIn. To be honest, I probably have over 16,000 connections, and I suggest, if somebody does not have a LinkedIn profile, to put a professional one up. You're not only able to actually get access to the media, but get access to a whole slew of people that you might need in your team. Whether or not, if you're an artist, you need event producers, you need
the whole team,
distribution.
Everybody.
So make sure that you're getting connected.
I think that's actually how we met.
I'm pretty
not
sure.
Positive, but I'm pretty sure. Now that you say that, I'm like, wait a sec. I think I remember you saying something. And I was like, she's pretty cool. I'm going to do some research on her. I'm going to follow up.
Yes.
So I got one last question is, and you did talk about it already, but like it says, how do I build a team? How do I know who's the right match for me to be on my team?
Yeah, well, the vetting process, you know, is key. Everybody looks good on paper, you know, but at the end of the day, have those one-on-one conversations and definitely ask the right questions. You know, what is truly bottom line meaningful to you and your business, and ask those hard questions. You know, because you can find out later, but it might be the hard way because you've already wasted time, money, effort, and everything in between.
So the vault, it's where all the most priceless items live, and we asked you to bring your most priceless item, and here it is, right here.
Yes.
And if you could tell us what this item is.
Am I opening this right now?
Yeah, we're gonna open it for the audience here. So let's play to the cameras right there. What is that?
It's a dime.
And why is a dime so important?
To me, a dime represents full circle. You know, like I said, I got here on pretty much an extensive lifelong journey, and I'm just so glad that I finally found my passion and my purpose. Another thing is prosperity. I mean, things are so great in just a short span of time, and I think it's because I'm finally pursuing what it is that I was called to do. And last but not the least, and the most important thing, and you know why the dime is symbolic to me, is the perfect 10 of a partnership. I can't even tell you, like, it is so amazing to, you know, have, you know, found not only a best friend, but somebody that actually can, you know, can get in dirty and roll up her sleeves and dig in her heels just as much as I do. My business partner, Heidi Wampalt, perfect 10 partnership, and that's what that's what this dime represents.
All right, we got like 10 seconds left. I need to know where you live on social media.
Perfect. Well, you guys can log on to racheldares.com. Everything is pretty much on my website, from my LinkedIn, page.
What's your Instagram again?
Instagram is Rachel Dares PR.
Okay.
Yep.
Perfect. Well, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you, Alex.
It's been a pleasure.
Yes.
And can I
thank
see
you.
that?
Of course.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Just kidding. All right, so if you guys want to be a guest on this show, we would love to have you. We're looking for people, once again, top in the entertainment, sports, and business industry, inspirational content, people who are movers and shakers. We want you on our show, and thanks again for watching The Vault.